Recently, the National Commission for Nomadic Education (Ncne) held a critique workshop on reviewed and developed pupils texts in Islamic religious studies, Christian religious studies, and history. The objective of this workshop was to determine the viability of the developed pupils text to the unique sociocultural nomads. This workshop, held after an earlier workshop was held in June, to develop these texts. Hence, it was pertinent to critically evaluate the content of these manuscripts. Bearing in mind the objectives of the nomadic education program, which endeavors to reflect the unique culture, lifestyle, and work roles of the nomads. The objectives of the workshop, as identified by the head of department, Planning, Research and Statistics, Dr. Rose Mwaji, are to critically examine the reviewed and developed pupils texts in Islamic religious studies, Christian religious studies, and history from levels 1 to 6, to ensure that all the topics in the curriculum are captured in the pupils texts to the needs of the pastoralists and migrant fisherfolks and farmers.
The importance of this workshop is that we have adapted curriculum from the conventional curriculum to suit the need of the lifestyle of our target group. And without it, there is no way they will embrace the curriculum, because when they open the material, they will see all the things that are related to their environment. They will use it and they will be interested to focus on the reading, and also they'll be interested to go to school. And the importance in education, we're talking about out of school children. You know, without quality materials in the school, the education in the school will not be attainable. So when we are organizing this workshop, it's for us to, already it has been developed, the pupils test. It's now to know the credibility of that pupils test, so that anybody that sees it or you want to compare it, it will be at par with the conventional school curriculum or pupils test. It will not be lower than what is obtainable nationally or internationally.
In an interview with the Executive Secretary, Professor Bashir Usman, he noted that developing this pupils text was necessary to build up educational and moral standards in the Nigerian child.
Thank you very much. Government, in its own wisdom, decided that history and Islamic religious knowledge and Christian religious knowledge should be brought back into our curriculum. And it is very important that both subjects, in the way they were being taught, they are supposed to inculcate values into our children. History is to tell you where you are coming from. And then these religious knowledges are supposed to inculcate the fear of God in you. And today, government decided that these two subjects must be brought back into our curriculum. So we in the National Commission for Nomadic Education decided to gather very prominent, eminent professors to come together and develop textbooks in religious knowledges and history, so that we can be distributed to pupils in nomadic education, so that they can be taught these values. When we finished developing the text, we felt that we cannot release the text by printing those texts until and unless we get them critiqued. So we gathered people across to say, come together, let's critique this material that we have developed. So today we are here at this workshop to critique these materials and make sure that these materials are worthy of being printed and being distributed to nomadic schools, so that they can be used as part of curriculum of teaching our pupils both religious knowledges and history. You see, there are things that you do, very minute things at your own stage, and then at the end of the day, they will have an impact. I don't have to harness the value of inculcating our history who went for our independence, who got our independence, what happened during our first republic, what happened during our second republic, what happened during all the coups, what happened during all the other things that happened in Nigeria. You cannot imagine the amount of value it will add to our pupils, to our children. Then you go back to religious knowledges, both of them. You will not quantify how much value it will put or inculcate in our children. So, on the overall, it is not now that we are going to see. Today, we have insecurity across the whole country, irrespective. For those of them who are doing banditry in the northwest, those of them Boko Haram in the south, like in the northeast, those of them that are doing some of this, is it Ncne or district, preventing people from coming out on Mondays or the southeast, and so many other insecurity around. The hardest farmers clashes along the north central zones. I mean, all this is just lack of education, and the education has to be, not necessarily, has to be knowing our history, how much we have struggled to be where we are today, and having values, religious values. And that is the most important. So for me, these two subjects will change the whole of this country by the time they have been implemented across the whole the sphere of this country. So you will not harness the impact now, but you will harness it probably in the next 6 years when the first set of those of them that are in class 1 now, when the first set have reached finally, they have reached their class 6 and they are going to their secondary school, junior secondary school. So you wait, it is something that you need to wait and see.
Other directors also had something to say regarding the workshop and what it means for the Nigerian educational system.
Our own materials are very unique. Unique in the sense that the initially is different from the national curriculum. So ours is an adapted curriculum that fits into the socio-cultural life of the pastoralists, the migrant fisher folk, and the migrant farmers. So if the parents do not see their environment and see themselves, their culture and their occupation inside the curriculum, they will reject the kind of education that is supposed to suit their needs and wants and their culture and their religion and their environment. So this is basically what we want. So the expectation of this is to have, at the end of the workshop, a comprehensive camera-ready materials that can be tested in the classroom. It's been subjected to experts that are in the education line. So they will look at it along those subjects and looking at the curriculum that has been designed and accepted. They are looking at the materials that will be used in the classroom based on the content of the curriculum. So at the end of it all is these materials will be harmonized, will be produced, will be tested, and then edited again and be made ready to be subjected to the classroom. So we are taking it ultimately to the classroom.
Our primary assignment is to provide education, basic quantity, so as one of the strategies of ensuring that the education, quality of education is as a certain level of standard, we have to develop materials which and the processing involve this type of workshop. This workshop reviewing critiquing what has been developed so that you can now we are almost at the final stage of developing principles that we are used to in this room. So by and large, these products or what we produce from this workshop go a long way in ensuring that the quality of education who are serving is of high quality and standard.